Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Thinking in Pine short video series. Today we are delving into a very crucial aspect of Pine, that is the concept of time series variables. Unlike other programming languages and platforms, in Pinescript every variable is a time series variable, including the var and varip types. If you do not know what are var and varip type variables, please step back and watch our previous video of Thinking in Pine series, which is linked in this video and also mentioned in the description. What is a time series variable? To understand this, we need to get into the execution model of Pinescript. So let's say we have a Pinescript, or a Pine code, our Pinescript, program. So when we apply this program on the chart, so this particular code, this set of code present here, that is run on every single bar. So that is run separately on every single bar, right? So that also means that whatever the variables we create and everything, that will also be created separately for each and every bar in the chart, right? That includes var and var variables. So we know that from the last session, we know that var variables will keep the value from one bar to other, or propagate the value from when moving from one bar to other. But that doesn't change the fact that it will still create a new variable or a new location in the memory to store this variable. To demonstrate this, we can actually go through a small program, and also we'll see how we can access the historical values of the time series. Like for example, we have like built-in variables called open, close, low, and high. So these values cannot be a single value, right? So each and every bar has its own open, high, low, and close values. So that's why these are not there as a single values in the context of Pinescript. They are present as a time series. So it means that for every bar has its own open, high, low, and close values, right? So the current bar values can be accessed by just using the built-in variable names open, high, and close, and low values. To access the previous bar, you need to use the historical operator. So to use the historical operator, we can just go to historical operator, which is brackets. So what it does is it will get the value. In order to get the value which is one bar before the last bar, you need to use one in the historical operator, right? So let's get into the program now here. So it's a simple program. What I'm trying to do here is current bar index. I'm storing the current bar index into this variable. And also I've created a var variable just to demonstrate that var variables also create a different different instance or different time series values. It's even though they present the values are propagated, there are still different values stored in each bar, right? So the current bar is a regular variable. Current bar using var is a var variable, and I'm trying to print a series of values within this logger, within the in the logger statement, and I'm using this if condition so that the values are printed only once. It will not keep printing. What happens in logs is that it prints on every tick. So in the current bar, it keeps printing the same messages again and again. It will become a bit tricky to visualize. So that's why I printed this, made it under this condition, so that initially the show log is equal to true. I'm using a varip. Remember that I'm using a varip here. And once the show log is, if show log is true, then it will print the values. It will print the values in the logger messages, and then sets the show log to false. And once it comes back to the next tick, it knows that show log is false now because it doesn't reassign again. And once the show log is false, it will not print them again, right? So let's see the logger. In order to see the logger, what you need to do is click on the three dots here and click on the Pine logs in the menu, right? There are the values printed here. First logger information is current bar values using the regular and var variables, right? Just printing current bar and the current bar using var. So that should generally print what is the bar index of the last bar, because I'm only printing this for the last bar. So the value of the last bar here is 26,110, 26,110. And similarly, the next statement, I'm trying to use the historical operator here, and using the historical operator, I'm printing the previous bar. And if you see here, the previous bar values using both current bar and current bar using var, both are 26109. That's one less than the last bar. So the bar index will keep incrementing on every bar. So it's natural that the last bar index will be one less than the current bar index, right? Similarly, what is the value 500 bars before the last bar? So current bar of 500, that's like in historical operator. I'm referencing the bar value which is 500 bars before, and then you can see that the value of bar index 500 bars before is 25610 and 25610 for both var and without var variables, right? And similarly, to, let's say you don't want to see how many bars back, but you want to see exactly this is my bar index and what is the value. So in order to do that, you need to create the offset. So the offset is something like the bar index, current bar index, minus um, the value of which bar you want to get the value. So in order to get 25,000 bar value, you just do this, bar index minus 25,000, and you print them here. You can see that 25,000 bar value is 25,000 indeed, right? um, I've just used bar index here to, so that it is easy to understand. It doesn't need to be bar index, it can be close price, open, high, low, or any other calculated values, and it's going to work in a similar way. So one pitfall here is that there is a limitation on how many bars back you can go into the history. Let's say instead of 25,000 bar, you want to select get the value of 200 bar. So if you want to get the 200 bar, what happens is it will give an error. It won't be able to go and fetch the values. So far, you can see that the study references too many bars in the history. So it cannot go back that many number of bars. So in order to do that, what you can do instead is use a function called as value ta.value when, but it has to be in the main scope. It doesn't use historical values. What happens is this value gets calculated when this condition is becomes true, right? Whenever this condition becomes true, this value gets calculated, right? So you can see that ta dot value when bar index is equal to this, and what value you want to copy, the current value, and then how many instances, which instance. Like for example, this condition may become true multiple number of times, but in case it's not the in this particular example, it will not be the case. A bar index can happen only once. If let's say if close price is equal to 20,000, and give me the bar indexes. So in those cases, you can use actually which instance, first instance, second instance, third instance, and maybe something like that. But for example, this is just alternative to using the offset values if you want to reference too many bars behind the history, right? And that's all about today's session. And there are a few other pitfalls when using historical operators. For example, using historical operators in array, and also not array, using historical operators in if condition, and also in loops. So this is a slightly complex topic, and it may need some more time. I will not be able to cover in this video because we want to keep the sessions to less than 10 minutes. We'll make another video on this again. Thanks very much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again. See you. Bye.